Okay. Hi, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. I know that you guys have actually spent this time specifically, allocate this time to actually come and see this program and to watch us. And we are very thankful that to have you with us. In fact, we don't only have audience online, we also have audience on site as well. Am I right? Yeah, we also have audience on site as well. Thank you for joining us, right? Right, thank you. You can hear the laugh, you can hear the claps. So though that was not from automated, machine, right? So it was real people clapping. Okay, now, first off, my name is Irwin. My surname is actually Irwin Cheong, right? But of course, there are a lot of people who ask me why the name Irwin Masters, right? Irwin Masters, the word M-A-S-T-E-R-S, there's two meanings. Some people may say that, does this guy want to call himself master or sifu? That's the reason why he called himself master? Well, there's a difference here. The one with the S and the one without the S is a difference, right? Master is sifu. Masters with the S means I always want to learn. And I'm always a person who loves to learn, you know, always learning, always growing, right? Just now before I came on board, what happened is that Cheong had actually played a video of me. That was what I want to project to people, the beautiful side of what I'm doing, right? Yeah, like nice cars, beautiful, you know, beautiful beaches, the things that I do, and so on and so forth. But in reality, myself in business, I'm quite I'm quite a business person as a corporate man. So as a corporate man, we don't really, it's not really exciting as much as we think that entrepreneurship is exciting, but it is not actually all exciting and exciting stuff, because why? Sometimes it could be lonely at the top, you know, it could be very lonely at the top, and it could be very boring at times, because you're not only going through just only business, as we say, you know, everything is about sales, marketing, you know, it's the good things in life, but you also have to look at the accounts, things that you don't like legality, the contracts, and so on and so forth. All these things you need to, if you're not very sure how it is, you need to get the right people to work with you. That is very important. That's where today's topic, we did mention today's topic. Let me pull my book up, right? We talk about strategic leadership, right? So today's topic will cover strategic leadership. We'll cover also organizational development, right? So tomorrow we will talk about branding and also the next generation of digital marketing and sales. Well, this 2 days is going to be interesting. And one of the things that I would love to share with you, it's very much about the new norm. How do business owners do business in the next generation in 2021? You know, moving forward, you know, what are we doing? What are we evolving to? You know, what are the new things that we are actually evolving ourselves to? You know, from offline to online. That's very important for us. Now, before I proceed, I want to see a under the group chat is just in front of me, right? Those of you who are entrepreneur yourself, right? If you feel that you're entrepreneur yourself, you are self-starter, you work for yourself, could you type for me 1? Those of you who are working for people, right? You're an executive of a company or you're a manager of a company, please type 2. Then at least we know who am I speaking to, right? No need to be shy, right? And those who are not working, right? And you have a papa, mama to take care of you, you can type 3 if you want to. Right? I can see some laughters there. Does that laugh shows that you are actually 3, but you don't dare to type? Yeah? You can type on the side and show us. Right? So, do we have all the... Hey, wow, got 3. Really? Wish to be 3, but cannot be 3. 3, still studying. Okay, right. Yeah, studying is good. Right. We must always remember studying is good. It's always, I am studying too as of now. Yeah. And the interesting part, we were just having a conversation just beforehand. We were talking about coaching and mentorship. What's the difference? I'm going to share about what's the difference between coaching and mentorship later on in the day, right? because it's part of the leadership program. But I think you guys, no one has asked me, why am I holding a blank piece of paper here? Right? I'm holding one blank of piece. There's nothing in this paper. It's just only a blank piece of paper. It's an A4 paper here. Now, before we started, right? First things first, Ching Yu and John was asking, do we have a workbook? Do we have a workbook? Do you all want to have a workbook? Those who say yes, type in yes. Or those who say no, type in no. Yeah? Do you need a workbook? No, no. Wow, a lot of no's, huh? Wow, okay. Oh, yes. Okay, now, let's be honest here, guys. We are in the digital world now, right? So, of course, workbook, we can actually come up with a workbook for you. But the most important thing in your artillery right now is not a workbook. It's this. It's a blank piece of paper. And that is very important to you. Because I always find one thing. We are so cluttered with everything which is already in our workbook. You know, every time when we have something, we always have something in our workbook, you know, which is there. And sometimes this information in the workbook does not surface anymore, but we still leave it there. Why? We still leave it there, but it's not going to help us to grow, but instead it's going to take us down. So what I hope that these 2 days that we can achieve is not really to have a workbook, but actually to have a blank piece of paper. Can we all agree on that? Right? Let's start. Yeah, I can see some head coming down. Those who say no, please eject them out of the classroom. I'm just kidding, right? Okay, so let's all start with a white piece of paper, right? I will start with a white piece of paper, all right? Now, I want to ask you all, do you guys have hobbies? You know, what hobbies do you have? You know, hobbies that probably that you can start now that could probably relate to your personal life, as well as it can also be something that you do that can relate even to your business or to the work that you are doing right now. Anyone has this kind of hobbies? Maybe could you share with us, you know, what kind of hobbies or anything, activities that you do that you feel that you are doing it at your personal life, but it also can bring you to your work life as well. Can I see a few? I can see one. Sri Josephine is typing reading. Yes, reading is good. How many of us read? Let's be honest here, right? Oh, yes. Wendy is reading, is it? Wendy, I see the hands up. Yeah, okay, great. Apart from reading, what else? Make money. Wow, we got make money as hobby. I would want to be your student. Make money from Tay. What else? Baking. Baking is good. Oh, we have a couch potato there. Kelvin, Netflix. Okay, right? We have Robin sleeping. Oh, I didn't know that sleeping you can bring it to work as well. Maybe power naps. Power naps you can do so, right? Power naps as well. Right now. I think baking will be a very interesting thing as well. Over this MCO, during this quarantine, I myself, I feel that I know that I could go to the kitchen and do something. I do not know what I can do. So what I did also, I actually went to YouTube and watched how baking is. I'm a baker as well, you know, qualified baker. I can bake some cheesecakes. I can bake some, you know, very nice souffle and so on. You know, I'm good with baking, right? So I know that a lot of us have been doing at the site because we are all in a house. You know, we are all quarantined at home. So we also want to pick up something very interesting. Wow. Let me share something to you that I always do to my own life, myself, my personal life, right? I started off as a computer science system analyst by profession. I graduated double degree, right, as a computer science student. So as a computer science student, it's actually quite boring, right? You don't speak like this. You only talk in codes. You only type codes, you know, 100101, you know, all the COBOL, you know, if I say those old languages, you all know how old am I, right? So I'm still talking about COBOL, Pascal, you know, basic, you know. Right now, people don't even know what this is. People are using like the, what is the new one? Microsoft, VB, and so on, you know, all the new programming languages. I'm still the old school type. Now, many years back, this is probably 20 years ago, I told myself this thing, well, I cannot be just being a programmer forever for the rest of my life. So I need to get qualify myself with new information, new learning, and I'm always there to learn new stuff. So one of the first thing that I started to learn is actually sales and marketing. But this word here first, it's not that today's topic has nothing to do with sales and marketing, but we can talk about sales and marketing in another session. But in sales and marketing, one key component that we need to learn. Anyone can type before I put up the word here? What is the key component for sales? Closing. Wow. Wow. We are going to very detailed. Shirley Tan is saying 4 P's. Very good, very good. Okay. I saw the answer there. Yes. The most key component is communication. Communication is key to not only sales and marketing, but also as an executive, as a person, as a leader. So communication is very important in everything that we do. So you see, as a programmer myself, as a trained programmer myself, I learned to speak in codes, but not through my mouth. So I would have to train myself from speaking in codes to communicating with people. But nowadays, because we are all online, you know, a lot of times we realize that we don't really like to call people anymore. And we don't even know how to call people sometimes. Is it, can you please call the person? Is it, what do I say the first thing? It's called hello, right? Okay, sometimes we forget hello. Why? Because we only type hi, we always use emoji all the time. So we only has emoji. So how am I going to send emoji via a voice? You know, that's very interesting, right? So now, so we are lacking in that field. But in communication, there's a lot of things to learn in communication. But you see, back then, 20 years ago, communication and today is so much different. Let me share with you why. And this has got to do with leadership. 25 years ago, I was trained under under my bosses. You know, I came out, I worked for people, you know, and the first company that I joined is actually a Japanese-based company. If you know Japanese-based company, they are very military style. And we were all, we grew with our family where if you do something wrong, what is the first thing Asian family will do? What will the first thing Asian family do if you do something wrong? Scold. Oh, someone says scold here. Okay. Marah kan? Is it only marah? Wow, your family very happy, very good. My family don't marah. My family will give the one type cane and cane you already. Correct or not? Correct or not? Am I right? How many of you got beating before? Hands up. Wow, you know, everyone got beating before. Yeah, everyone got beating. I got beating before. I tell you, I'm not ashamed of myself. I also got beating all the way to Form 3, you know. All the way to Form 3, I got beaten by my parents, you know. I was like, coming, you know. So you see, we grew up in an era where our parents taught us, is it, you did something wrong, you beat them, correct or not? Yeah. So when we come to the working world, what do you think our bosses at that time, when they teach us that time, you know, when they train us as executive, how do they train us? How do they teach us? You did something wrong. What will your boss do? Your boss will scold you, right? I got scolded by my boss so many times. And furthermore, my boss, I'm not racist. I'm not against any race whatsoever. It so happened, my boss is a Japanese and a Hainanese combined. If you all know Hainanese, you know, in Cantonese. So it's like got the Tao So the Japanese and the Hainanese come together. Wow, this is like the Hong Kong 跨五號風球 means the five star wind, you know. So my boss will scold, you know, you scold with 5-letter word, you know. So you have to accept lah, you know, at that time. Now, can I ask you all, if today, if you're a leader or you lead someone or you are in your organization, someone did something wrong, can you scold them? Anyone? Boleh? I can see, cannot. Tada. Do you even dare to scold them? Right? The next thing, what they'll do? Some will cry and say, okay, I don't want to work. And then some will scold you back and say that, I don't want to work already. Okay, you go and do yourself. I give you a resignation letter, correct or not? Now it's an employee's world. I mean, it's an employee's world, right? You know, in Cantonese they say "Tung ka mta ta sai ka." You know, here cannot work, go somewhere else, right? North don't have, East got, you know, West don't have, go somewhere else. That's the problem today. Now, so today communication takes a different steps altogether. You know, it's no longer using the harsh word and you got to be, you know, you got to make them as a friend. You know, it's we evolve along the way. And the best part is today in the new norm, in the newer generation, we have to learn about how to communicate with the next generation in terms of emoji, in terms of messenger, in terms of, you know, even when you meet to them, hi, you know, selfie, you know, different kind of communication that we are learning right now, right? So that's why communication is a very key element for everything you do, regardless whether it's sales, whether it's marketing or leadership, right? Now, I'm going to throw the ball back to you all again. Now, based on the team that is joining us today, how many of you are already leading a team, right? Those who have not leading a team, can you type 0? You have not lead a team. Those who have lead a team, you are leading a team, type how many people that you're leading in terms of numbers. If you're leading 1 person, you type 1. If you're leading 5 person, you type 5. Then at least I know that either you are already leading someone or you're not leading anyone as of now. Oh, we have Josephine leading 37 people. Wow. We have Yu Ming leading 6. Ha Wing Sing is leading 5. The rest is 0, right? Wow. I can see a lot of 0 here, which means that we have a lot of aspiring leaders. Huh? Very good. We have a lot of aspiring leaders. Or either you want to take a break during MCO, the same way as how we take a break from our work. You know? So right now, because MCO, don't lead anyone first, 0. So when the COVID-19 vaccine is okay, then only we lead people, because we do not know whether they are positive or negative, right? That's the reason why we don't lead, right? Hopefully that's the only reason. It's not about you don't want to lead people, right? Right? And hopefully there's no X here. X here means you're in the wrong class. If you do not want to lead people, then it's the wrong class already, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you for your submission. Thank you very much for your submission. Good. Now, so I forgot to put my timer on, so that's why I was thinking. Now, on this white piece of paper, before we start, I'm going to give you 2 minutes for you to think about what is your aspiration. What do you think in leadership right now that you are lacking, or something that you feel that you want to learn from? There are so many things in leadership that we can learn. I'm going to have my key pointers that I'm going to share with you all about leadership, but I want you yourself in your white piece of paper in front of you to write down what is your aspiration. What do you feel that you want to add on top for leadership? Please write it down. And later on, I want you all to share with us. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Just write down, you know, take your time, 2 minutes. And then after that, we will come back again and we will talk about what is your aspiration and goal for becoming a leader. Okay, guys, are you all done? It's already 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I gave you an additional handicap of 30 seconds. Okay, those of you who have an answer, can you hold out your piece of paper or maybe your laptop or your notebook that you have done? Just hold it up like that. Got it? Right? What about the rest? Those who want to put it onto the group chat, if you do not have your screen on, it's fine. Just put it Y as you have done so. No, you have not done so, or don't know. you don't know how to do, also can put, right? Okay. Now, can I have like, can we have some few people to share with us, you know, what is your aspiration? How's leadership and so on? Can we have Teh Chia Chun? Yes, I can see that your piece of paper is up there. Very nice. Can we have Teh Chia Chun up? Yep.
Hi, Dr. Irwin,
Right.
and everyone. Nice to meet you all. So, the points that I've written is first is two-way communication, because in order to have a well communication, it needs both ways. Then my second point will be willing to listen and accept the ideas from the team member with an open-minded. And the third point will be understand the team members so that we can bring bring out their best potential, because each and everyone has their strength and weaknesses. So by understanding their strength, we can bring the best out of them.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you for giving us an answer. Right. Can we have another person, you know, anyone from here? Let me see those who have not on the screen. Can we have like Rachel Wong? Can we have you to share with us? Rachel, are you there? Can you on your screen so that we can see you as well? Is she there? All right. Hi, Rachel. Nice glasses you have there, Rachel.
Hi. So for mine is the leaders need to be understanding. Can you guys hear me?
Can.
Yeah, okay. First one is the leader should be understanding, because you don't know, like sometimes your friends might be doing some other works or might be involved in other activities, so they might be a bit tired. Right. So yeah, second point would be you have to know your priority, like which task to do first and whatnot. And third point would be sometimes you have to check their progress, because if you don't check, who knows what tasks have they completed and to have what have they completed. Fourth point would be you would have to talk to your teammates just to build some relationship with them. Also spend time with them, chat with them, or maybe watch some movie or maybe eat with them. The last point would be hear out your team's opinions, because sometimes some ideas are worth to use it. I would say. Okay. That's all from me.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Rachel. Okay, let's see. Let's pull one last one. Anyone? You? I'll let you pull one out. You want to get one live? Right. Can we have one more person? One more person. Let's see. Josephine? Josephine. Josephine. Hi, Josephine. Can we have you to share with us? One last person? Right. Josephine, you kindly unmute your...
Okay.
Got it. Right.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe more on like a people management. Okay. Because I'm actually managing 5 departments now. Right. Kind of like very tough, to be honest. It's not that easy. And then comes to like the most important thing is actually communications and the alignment. It's there, you know, because 5 departments, they actually need to communicate to one another because they're actually working in the same projects. And sometimes I met a lot of, not to say sometimes, but most of the time actually I met a lot of like people from their own perspective, you know, that it just cannot talk to one another because every of them is actually looking at a different perspective, you know. So alignment and communication is actually important there. So I hope that that is actually what can, you know, I can actually learn from here as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Josephine. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, now there's a lot of things about how we know about leadership, right? Now we have to come back to the basics of leadership. What is a leader to you, right? What is a leader to you? I want you all to write down, is because at the end of the day, what is a leader to you? And that is important to you to understand and to know, because if we get it wrong or we get it right, we could actually change the whole way of how our dynamics as a leader. It is very important. So now, the definition of the leader. Everyone wants to be a leader. You know, some leaders say that they want to be empathetic, as be a friend to them, empathetic to them, right? And there are some leaders who say that a leader has to be intelligent. You know, some may say that you know, leaders have to be intelligent. Have you seen any leaders who are dumb? I mean, apart from US president, sorry, I'm just kidding. Hey, we should cut that one out. Yeah, after we're gonna sue, right? Sorry, no, I'm just kidding only. Okay, now, so basically, it doesn't mean that you gotta be intelligent to be a leader, right? But they say that, okay, a leader, you gotta be smart, you know? Does it mean, is it true that a leader gotta be smart, right? Some say that leaders has to be able to coordinate people together, you know, to be a leader. And some may say that, okay, a leader may be someone who protects you, you know, that could be a definition of a leader. You know, there are so many definitions of becoming a leader, you know, and at the end of the day, all of us, in some kind of another, we aspire to be a leader. A lot of us, we aspire to be a leader, or we aspire to be seen. You know, may not be the leader at the top, but as a leader, as a team leader, you know, amongst your friends, among your group of people that we work with, the peer groups as well, we sometimes feel that it is an accomplishment if we could become a leader, you know, in some way or another, you know. I think it was like a blackout, you know. Maybe because of what I mentioned about the US, that's why, so they sabotage. Sorry, I may joke along the way, so you don't need to be too serious about it if I do joke, right? Okay, now, okay, let's come back. Where was I? Okay, let's talk about the definition. There's one powerful thing that stood out, right? In fact, for Dwight Eisenhower. Dwight Eisenhower mentioned this: a leader is someone who gets people to do things, right? Get people to do things. A leader get people to do things, right, as how he wants them done, and they want to do it. You know, the people want to do it. So which means, what does it mean? As a leader, you want to do something, but you are able to do enough to persuade the team that they feel they want to do it for themselves or to do it with you. That's what a leader is. And that is a powerful quote. It is a powerful quote as a leader, which means that your team feels that they want to do it just because they want to do it together as a team, as a unison. It is very important. So that stood up. But when we talk about this, then we start realizing that it is important to that. You know, a lot of times we say that as a leader, question is, does a leader just lead, or a leader need to learn how to serve? What do you think? Both? 1, 2, or both? Do type your answer. Right? Wow, everybody typing both. Correct? Very good. But let's come to reality. Have you all seen leaders who feels that they have the right to lead, but they will not serve? Have you all seen people like that? I can share with you, there's many. You know, there's many. You know, and let's say if it's a communist country or whatever, you know, a general, you know, you ask them to serve someone, it's pretty difficult for them to do so. You know, sometimes it does happen. Yeah. But in order, that's why we mentioned about effective leadership in today's generation. In effective leadership in today's generation, we have to learn how to lead, but we must first learn how to serve. That's the reason why I always speak to the younger generation. I say that before you learn to lead, you must learn to serve. It is very important, because if you do not learn how to serve people, you will never be able to become a good leader. And that is very important, right? That is most important. Yeah. You all agree with that? If those who agree with me, give me a high five, as in give me a 5-5, you know, type 5-5 to me, right? On the screen. Wow. Okay. Then it's like a virtual high five that we are giving each other, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to share with you a definition from my side, which is, this is actually taken from also a lot of the leaders, you know, leaders or the facilitators role, which is a leader is someone who helps other people to grow, right? A leader is someone who helps other people to grow. I mean, if you put this as your definition, you will become a very good leader, right? Now, let's come back to the fall back to the pros and cons. We mentioned about the goods. We're going to talk about the good side. Let's talk about the cons. Why some people are reluctant to be a leader? Why? Why do you think some people are reluctant to be a leader? Anyone? Any question that you all want to type? The reluctant leader. Responsibility. Wow. Yes. Right. Huge responsibility. No confidence. Okay. No confidence. So which means as a leader, you got to have confidence, right? Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Lack of confidence. Wow. This is the most that I see the answer coming from you all, right? Now, okay, let's put it this way. Leadership role is really like a responsibility, right? It is like a responsibility. It's like having a child, you know. Sometimes to some parents, some of them, they say that they love to come together in matrimony as husband and wife, but they do not want to have a child. Why? Because it is a huge responsibility. And that responsibility doesn't fall like, well, I want to be a leader for 1 year and then after that, bye-bye. I'm not going to be a leader anymore. You can't do that, you know. If you're going to take on the role as a leader, you're going to have a responsibility to ensure that when you start right, you end right, which means that it's going to be a very long-term responsibility that you are getting yourself into. It is the same thing as a lot of times in this generation, a lot of people ask this question, even to myself. They ask me, they say, Irwin, since that you can speak so well and you're leading a team on the digital frontier, the digital space, why isn't that you're not doing a vlog for yourself? Why are you not doing like those, what do you call, the live streamers, you know? Right now, a lot of people say, why don't you do your live stream, daily vlog, just like Daily V, you know? Gary Vaynerchuk, you know? I would love to do that. Actually, in 2017, I've done that. I've done that before, but I stopped after a while. But the thing is that it took a very hard time to stop. Because why? Because you have your followers that follows you daily for your vlogs, you know, people who get inspired by the things that you say, by the positivity, by the things that you share with them on a daily basis. So you see, becoming a live streamer or becoming online, you know, available to people, it is also a huge responsibility. It's not like suddenly you're on, you know, as and when you feel you like it, and then after that you off, and then you feel that you don't like it, you offline. Cannot. It is the same thing as leadership. So that's why a lot of times when you see some people, they are reluctant leaders, is because it is a huge responsibility. So that's why a lot of times we mention this, you know, if you're not ready to be a leader, it is fine, but you can grow onto it. You may learn to be a leader, you know, to take the responsibility along the way, you know, start becoming a team player, you know, be a team player, you know, within your team itself, lead some of the activities within your team and slowly grow from there. I think that would be the best to become a leader, right? You all agree with me? Those who agree with me, another high five. All right, give me a high five, right? Great. Thank you. Wow, nice. The high five is to keep you awake, actually. Right. Now, okay, so now we understand each other on the definition of becoming a leader. Now, let's talk about the leadership level, I'm going to borrow this from John C. Maxwell, right? I think some of you have read his book. Some of you all have actually gone through it. I'm going to give you my rendition of the 5 levels of leadership. But of course, it takes in, that's the reason why I have to credit John C. Maxwell. 20 over years ago, I think about 22, 23 years ago, I subscribed to all these teachers, you know, all these teachers like John C. Maxwell, Robert Kiyosaki, Anthony Robbins. But the interesting part, Stephen Covey, during that time, the teachers who came to Malaysia are the Stephen Covey and the John C. Maxwell. They came directly and they were in front of us, Today, you want to get to see them, it's a bit difficult, huh? But I think they have online classes and so on, But the good thing is that we learn a lot of these fundamentals, in terms of the key important elements in terms of becoming either a leader or in sales or whichever topics that you are acquainted to, right? Now, let's talk about the 5 levels of leadership. Now, in John C. Maxwell, he mentioned that in leaders, you need to know the 5 levels. And I'm going to go through the 5 levels because today we're talking about building more leaders than followers. But to me, I feel that you got to be a good follower in order to be a good leader. All good leaders always have someone on somewhere to follow, someone. I have my mentors that I follow them as well. It's the same way, right? Now, so the first level, let's go through the 5 levels of leadership. So level 1. Oh, sorry, I got to write. Right, capital letter. I'm so used to writing small letters. My team is asking me to write capital letters. So capital letters you all can see, right? Now, okay, level 1 is position. This is the interesting part. Level 1 is like suddenly you got a name card and your name card, right? Assistant manager, right? How many of you have seen things like that, where suddenly someone become a manager and then they say, now I'm a leader already. I can lead people already just because of the title. Can you lead someone just because of the title? Boleh tak? Yeah? Possible too, just because of the position. But you see, this position is a very interesting position. You only have the title, but you have not proven yourself. So if those people who follow you in that position, they are just doing it just because they have to, that's all. But you don't have a close relationship with them. So in other words, if you ask them to go, they'll be thinking, why should I be going? They say, because I'm your manager, I go. Then they'll say, okay lah, go lah, follow you. That's all only, right? So because your position states that they just need to follow you, but they may not follow you willingly, So they have to follow you because of the position. So you do not have a close relationship with them. So that's level number 1. This type of leadership, I think we need to grow out of it. If you feel that you are in this position right now, you need to build a stronger relationship with your team. So that's where level 2 comes in place. So level 2. Level 2. What is level 2, anyone? Those who have read John C. Maxwell? Level 2 is? Level 2 is permission. Permission, right? Permission here means that you are basically, can you all see this? Yeah, okay. Means that you're listening to people. You're starting to connect with the people. You're connected with people and people kind of like you. People say, hey, this person is a friend. This person can help us, to do something. So you're connected with them. So they give you a permission for you to lead them. You understand? They started to give you a permission for you to lead them. So that is what we mean by level 2. Level 2 is important, is an important growth level, So that's how you become friends with the people which is surrounding you and they like you, right? So this is the role where this leader, what is the key things that you need to do? Number 1, you need to start to listen to them more. You need to start to ask more questions. Listen to your team and ask them, what they want from you, right? Second thing, you need to observe. You need to observe how they do. The good things, the bad things, irregardless, you need to observe, right? And then after that, the third is what you observe and what you get, you learn from it. You learn from it so that you can actually be a servant to them. Listen, level 2 is you're not leading by just leading, right? You're leading by becoming a servant to them, right? Because it means that you are helping them, right? You say, here, I'm here, I can help you, right? So because of you're here, you can help them. That's where they give you the permission for you to lead them. Okay? Got it? Right? Very clear? Now, when it comes to level 3, level 3 is very important. It's the time where you can start producing. Producing here means that you need the people to start producing things for you. When you lead them, they can start to produce, right? So this is the very important element, because once they become your friend, now they are saying that, okay, we need to do things together. You know, I need the end result. So that's the reason why level 3 is important. Level 3 is where your followers will start learning how to produce whatever that you want them, you know, what to lead them on. And that is a very important element, because any leadership at all, at the end of the day, you must have your impact, right? So that's level 3, right? So before we go into the 4th and 5th level, any questions so far from you all? Anyone has any important questions that you want to learn from these 3 levels? Any one of you? You can just type it down there. Oh, okay. It's called, Josephine has asked, what's the name of the book? The name of the book is called The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, right? The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Okay? It's John C. Maxwell, M-A-X-C-W-E-L-L, yes. Okay? So if there's no other questions, let's go to level 4. Can I keep this, right? I'm just going to write level 4 here. You all can see, right? Is the light is on the looking? Okay, can now. Sorry, writing bad. Writing is bad. Sorry, I ran out of space. So development is spelled as D-E-V-E-L-O-P-M-E-N-T. Yeah? So I just put MT at the back, right? So the level 4 is called people development. This is the time where you start to grow the people. This is the time where we mentioned about people want you to help them to grow. You see, in any leadership role, is this, people want to grow, they do not want to stay where they are. And if you really open up to leadership, you need to start to help them to grow. You know, in the future, what happens is that, for like in my case, I always try to help them to grow to the level that I know that I can actually have them. In this case, I would like to grow them to become me in the future. You know, to grow them to become me in the future. It's like a duplicate of me. But you see, people development in this role, where you need to start doing in this level, number 1, it is very important for you to learn how to recruit. Recruit means recruit the right people, you know, the people with the right abilities, the right skill set to be part of your team, right? That's people development, right? Number 2 is, once you recruit, you must also learn how to be able to place them in the right skill at the right place that they are supposed to be, right? It's just like you cannot put a fish running, you know, you cannot put ask them to climb the tree, you know, there's a quote on that, you know, I think you all know, right? So basically you need to put them at the right position. It's very important. Positioning them is very important. Placing them, you know, putting them in the right position. That's the second. And the third is, you need to equip them, right? Just like, for example, if you're going to bring a group of salespeople into your team and you're leading your sales team, the thing is that you need to be able to equip them with communications, equip them with maybe a canned sales talk. You know, canned sales talk means that everyone speak the same thing, you know, say the same words, you know, equip them with how to handle objections, you know, things like that. So the equipment to be able to equip the followers, the team is very, very important, right? Now, so that's people development part. Got it? To me, I feel that in all this level 4 is utmost important for our next second topic, which we're going to cover later on, which is called organizational development, right? Organizational development. Because why? Once you learn how to recruit people, retain people, and manage people, you need to be able to do this so that you have a better, and that's very important, right? Now, so, and I'm going to keep to the level 5. Then after that, I'm going to share with you a story later on, right? Now, level 5. Level 5, we call it pinnacle. The peak, the pinnacle level. That's level 5. Right. Okay, thanks. Yeah, the pinnacle level, level 5. Level 5 is where the team already show you respect. You know, people already know what you do. You have a credit behind what you do. People can Google you. People can, you know, through your community of people that people have already worked with you and you have lead them, they talk good things about you. And they have a very high respect of you. So basically, the pinnacle level is that you don't need to question. Like if you're looking at level 1 positioning, we need to question, you sure or not? This person can become leader or not? This person can lead us or not? Right? You're still questioning. Level 2 is more like, this is a friend. Just now earlier, there's a few of you has mentioned sometimes being a friend is good, but being too friendly is also no good. Let me tell you this. Being a leader, you cannot be too friendly, ladies and gentlemen. And this is an honest opinion from me, right? From Irwin. Why? Because if you're too friendly, it's very hard to get people to work, to get people to start having an authority and respect of you. It's very important. You can be friendly to a certain aspect, but you have to disassociate yourself sometimes and take that role as a leadership. You get what I mean? So that's why a lot of times, if you're too friendly, you're always stuck on level 2. Always remember that. You're always stuck on level 2. So you can be friendly, you can have them like you, but at the same time, you must hold your position. You need to be able to balance this. A lot of times people ask me this question, how do you balance between whether being likable and being able to, you know, to be able to likable and have an authority? Well, you can gauge when you ask your friends to start doing things for you. If they're not doing it, they say, yeah, never mind lah, my boss lah, he don't care. Then you know you're too friendly already. So you got to pull handbrake, yeah? Because there are times, because you're too friendly, what happens is that people may take advantage. You know, your followers may take advantage of you. And when they take advantage of you, they will say that, hey, my leader is a friend. He won't do anything. That will be a problem. So that's why disassociation is very, very important to you as well as becoming a leader. So you need to have a balance, right? Because if not, you wouldn't come out from level yeah. But let me put it this way. Level 3 is where you need to start discussing and understanding your people in terms of what is their goals, what is their aspiration. You know, when you know their goals and aspiration, you try to align your goals and your aspiration together with their goals and their aspiration. Once you have that mutual goals and aspiration, and and their aspirations and goals together, and it's aligned to the company's goals and aspiration, that will be fantastic. That's the synergy that sparks the leadership on producing. Then you will have a team that follows you, and you can produce a lot of things together as a team, right? Got it? Any questions so far? I'm giving you an in-depth explanation on the few levels here, right? And level 4 is where you start developing people. How you do, basically, if you are looking at the whole thing, this is like, right? This part is like, you're just becoming a leader. You do not know what to do. This part is very much is about, let me do it, I do, you see, right? This part is about, you do it, I see. Together, I grow with you, you do it, about having that respect because you have actually built people along the way, right? You don't need a permission. People already know who you are, and you have a capability to lead based on that. You know, a lot of times people will look at this as maybe a title. You know, maybe a title. Someone is in the industry,